Jump from Vela, and there it is! Well, you always remember your first.
Ready to go here, Banc of California Stadium. This will be the venue for 3 of the final 4 regular season games for LAFC, who are back in black. Michael Bradley gets the first touch, and I want to dive into that immediately, Daniel, because when we talked to Bob Bradley, and he doesn't want to get into too much about what's going to happen between him and Michael, but these are the facts. He is instrumental. They are a great passing team, and he is the best passer on this team. For LAFC to have success, they need to quell Michael Bradley.
And they need to make him play from a deeper role. They need to force him to have to defend more than he has the ball, more than he likes to set play.
So keep an eye on that. As you see, if Michael Bradley's getting a little further back, that is good news for LAFC. If he is more dominant in towards the attack, well, maybe not as good.
And oftentimes, Bob Bradley told us this, that MLS teams will look to put one single player and try to defend Michael Bradley. They're going to play more of a collective role in that. So watch for the shifting from Kay, from Blessing, and how Atuesta adapt to him throughout the course of this 90 minutes.
Right now, it is Mark Anthony Kay shoulder to shoulder with Bradley. LAFC have possession. They tried to get Jordan Harvey involved here on the left side. Intercepting, that's Osorio, Josie Altidore. Interrupted there by Edward Atuesta. That's going to be offside on Raito. Brian Rodriguez. And the 32-52. How are your ears feeling after our pregame show in there with them?
Those drums were killing my eardrums, but it's such an incredible atmosphere that it's worth it to
You won't forget
that. Yes, no.
It was interesting because they had to hold off on the distribution of beers, and the supporters get a good deal there. So there were big lines, but we were there when they finally gave the green light and the beers got poured. Created quite a wonderful moment.
Yes, none on our heads, though, thankfully.
Not on our heads. Not in our stomachs. But certainly for them as they enjoy the viewing pleasure that is an LAFC home game. Here's Atuesta. Zimmerman will switch it, gets it airborne, looking for Rodriguez, and he'll drag out Auro, the Brazilian left back, who remains there ahead of Justin Morrow, who got the nod in a defeat at Montreal in the first leg in the Canadian Championship. Just so you know, that Canadian Championship is pretty important for both these Canadian teams. The winner gets to join LAFC and Atlanta United in the CONCACAF Champions League, which will come at the beginning of 2020. Larrea, he likes to get up on that right side.
And similar to the way that LAFC likes to get those outside backs forward, you're going to see that again from Toronto today. Larrea, as you mentioned, flying up that right flank, probably gets into the attack a little more than Auro on the left side, but certainly that's how they're looking to recreate the width. And because Alejandro Pozuelo has the freedom to roam.
This is Osorio! And he was set up there by the number 10 Pozuelo.
Yeah, we'll see Pozuelo continue to drift in, Larrea to get around the outside, and Osorio to find these gaps right here. I think that's a gap that Toronto can exploit. Can you get in behind Atuesta, yet in front of Segura and Zimmerman?
Big throw by Tyler Miller, Beta Shore. Here is Rodriguez, a little pirouette. He got by 2, but not the third. Osorio there. Beta Shore looking to clean it up. Delgado. Again, good from Toronto FC. You see the passing. They are good at it. Flicked on by Osorio. Endo. LAFC fell behind in the 3rd minute. They've had some episodes like the Galaxy where they found themselves trailing. They don't want to make that a habit. Free kick.
And this opportunity, this free kick earned by Osorio, really comes from the movement of Alejandro Pozuelo, the passing, as you've mentioned, Max, very expansive shape and good possession in the first 15 minutes by Toronto. I think that's not only important in a game like this because it's good to make LAFC chase, and it's good when they don't have the ball, but also keep in mind that, as you mentioned, they have that Canadian Championship Series, so they've got an extra 2 games here last Wednesday and again on Wednesday, so fatigue plays an even more important role.
And again, the schedule maker's not doing them any favors going Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday to play those 3 games, so they have a lot on their plate. No excuses. Everyone's going to have some sort of run like that. Pozuelo goes straight to goal, hit it well, not well enough. Very well traveled. You think of Sebastian Jovinko, also Victor Vasquez was so huge in that championship year for Toronto FC, also moving on. Direct ball from Bradley, Altidore with space. This is where LAFC wants to be watertight defensively. They had some gaps show up. Certainly on that early goal by Kasper Shabilko last week. Altidore, and a little pinball effect. They asked for a handball, it was in the area. And maybe that'll get another look. We'll stand by. Miller almost got a big hop over the head. Rodriguez was waiting. How do you see LAFC's performance? They have not been threatening in too many places in these opening minutes.
They need to get more of the ball, and I think the way that they're going to get more of the ball is better, more fluid movement around the ball. I don't think that that was sharp enough versus Philadelphia. I think that Bob Bradley, he said the same thing, right? That the movement wasn't coordinated, wasn't syncopated enough as it has been in the past.
Well, there's going to be a foul on Brian Rodriguez. I found it really interesting. And Bob Bradley touched on this on a couple occasions, that players, when those defensive lapses happened, they would go to Bob and go, where should I be? And he almost put in there and says, you've got to figure this out. Do I cover this man? Do I cover that space? He goes, why can't you do both?
He's looking for problem solvers. He's looking for guys who can read the game. Yes, he has a clear way that he wants to see the game. He has a clear vision and a framework, but he's looking for creativity and problem solvers within that. So there's not rules, there's standards, there's guidelines. That's the standard that he is trying to set and the philosophy with which he approaches the game.
Problem solvers. That is onside. Rodriguez, problem solvers like team security, Paul Apodaca. This is Auro. Osorio. Delgado. Nice evasive maneuver from Ted Uncle. Now Larea. LAFC getting a little compact there. Little twinkle toes there from Larea. They didn't clear it. Altidore turning. Endo. Oh, and he's put it in. They weren't sure if he should be in the 11. They are abundantly clear that he should now. And LAFC, like last week, find themselves trailing early. And a big moment for Endo, his 3rd of the season.
Walker Zimmerman told us yesterday how important it was for them to focus and not concede the first goal, but caught a little bit flat-footed. You can see plenty of black jerseys around the ball, but not getting the pressure that you need to get when you're on the top of the 18. If you're a yard away, you might as well be a mile away when Jozy Altidore can get faced up there. He does a very good job of playing that ball out wide, and then Endo takes a good first touch, sets him up for a quality shot to the far post. Not a ton of power, but just the finesse and the placement that he needs to get it past Miller.
And Endo goes right to Altidore, who gets his 7th assist along the way. Had 2 long playoff runs when they got to host it from the front at BMO Field. Did not make the playoffs last year. Last season also began with a tremendous run in the CONCACAF Champions League. They made it to the final before losing to Chivas. Beating some big names along the way. This is Pozuelo. Endo! He has been a menace. Delgado! And the block from Zimmerman. Delgado again. Zimmerman again. Corner kick.
2 quality decisions right here, though, by Toronto. First by Pozuelo and then by Endo to have the presence of mind to get his head up and find Marco Delgado out on the right side. Endo just being lively, coming off of that left flank, and Pozuelo doing what he always does, which is finding the little seams and having the vision to execute that final pass.
TFC living at the north end. That man with the opener. He's getting a lot of work, Endo, and he's putting in good work. The header by Gonzalez. It's not effective possession. And
yeah, it can be a misleading stat, but not in this instance.
Not in this instance. Rodriguez firmly taken, and it was on frame, and Westberg parried it away. 25 yards out, Raito living on the end of a lightning bolt.
What a great strike by Brian Rodriguez here. Has yet to score for LAFC, but came off so effectively when playing for Uruguay against the United States on that left side. Toronto needs to get better pressure on him when he's in and around the box.
He has such an air of confidence, even as a teenager. And the question is, can you back it up? So far, you've seen what he's able to do. And if he put that one in, woof, he'll get another shot here. Okay. Into the teeth of the Toronto defense. Greg Vanny has to be thrilled with the way Toronto's defending. Everyone chipping in. Vela, going to be more of a factor. Cut it across Rossi, in behind the defense, around Bradley. Oh! Diego Rossi. Diego Rossi has found the equalizer in the 33rd, but the flag is up. Wait a minute. That could not have been offside. He came in. They'll take a look at it.
Right here as the ball is being played, yep, just perhaps a step or two offside, but that's the exact right ball that you want to see from Carlos Vela. But Diego Rossi, forwards are always frustrated, but this one the referees do get correct.
I got to practice my goal call a little bit. It was all right. The flag did go up after the ball went in the back of the net. People are still clamoring. You look around the stadium, arms are out.
That really is a direction coming for referees, right? Keep your flag down until the ball goes into the back of the net, so things are reviewable and you can bring in VAR, but it means you might have to do a little extra work.
Fair enough. We're ready for it. To be perfectly honest, it would have been more than LAFC deserved in this game. But maybe now they know they've been able to unlock it. Yes, it was offside, but finding a way to unlock the Toronto defense.
And all that Rossi needs to do here, he just needs to pull his run a little wider. If he can pull that run wider before he dips in, perhaps he can keep onside by just that yard or so. Carlos Vela does well to play that ball quickly.
By the way, the Iron Maiden show set the attendance record here, clicking over 23,000 in Topanga, California Stadium. It's the most attended event. That's a good win by Atuesta. K quickly, Vela between the pipes. He's campaigning for a penalty. Ted Uncle came over. Finally able to break through that Toronto stranglehold.
How about that tackle from Atuesta? And then the quick recognition by Carlos Vela to make that run straight at the restraining line. Just can't tuck it inside that near post.
Mavinga did come through, but tackle looked relatively clean.
Looks clean to me.
Yep. 28-year-old Mavinga, French-born, represents the Democratic Republic of the Congo. He's been really good for Toronto. Here comes Rodriguez. He's in behind. Mavinga, good first touch. Raito all the way through, and Mavinga able to poke it from behind.
Well, this is just a simple Route 1 play, but just well-timed by both Tyler Miller and Brian Rodriguez, and it just gets a little bit away from him. It looked to me like Rodriguez was trying to cut it in towards his left foot, but couldn't get control of it as he needed.
Two Toronto kids meeting up in the midfield here. Blessing, Blackman, Vela. Hit it one time. It's still in play. Rossi. Harvey makes a run. Hasty ball there by Vela. Good ball there by Kay. Blessing, edge of the 18. Blackman Vela. Oh, he's through. Vela saved by Westberg. Corner kick. Carlitos.
Special players put the game on their back when needed, and Carlos Vela taking on not one, not two, but 3 red jerseys in his attempt. An example of what he can do with the ball at his feet. It's like he's got Velcro or something going on there.
And he turns it on as they get the corner kick. They practice some corner kicks at training. It's in there for Kay. Punched away by Westberg. Atuesta. Turn much better from LAFC in these opening 5 minutes. Playing with more conviction, more possession. Rodriguez. More bodies in the area too. Atuesta. Redirected there by Zimmerman, who stayed up from that last corner kick. It was the 3rd for LAFC. Vela. Closest to it, Rossi. How about Blessing? He gets detached from Josie. He wins the ball. Blackman. Now Vela, one-on-one with Auto. He'll like this. Kept it on the surface. Intercepted by Mavinga. Atuesta read it. He's got options. Vela inside the 18. Went off of Gonzalez. The pinpoint precision not there. Rodriguez, that one's offline. Altidore has got Endo on his right. He instead plays Pozuelo. Delgado. All sorts of space here for Osorio. Jonathan Osorio, regular in the Canadian national team. That's Auto. Not well cleared. Endo. Oh boy.
Endo's first goal comes from a poor clearance in the first half from Marc-Anthony Kaye, and he gets another opportunity. Poor clearance right there from Walker Zimmerman.
The best team in Major League Soccer. Vela, better. He's got Rossi there. Rossi's going to be chased by Mavinga. Bradley comes in. Rossi can't get it across. Atuesta. LAFC coming into this game. The news that Adama Diomande is facing an assessment, and he is suspended from all team activities for the time being. Coming off that road trip, 4 games where they haven't got a victory. That one for Atuesta. Rossi. There he goes. Oh, Westberg with the punch. Blessing. Better effort here from LAFC. They don't get the bouncing ball. I think it's a goal kick. Yes, it is. Rossi's going to try and walk it to the corner. Not going to get it.
This is good combination play between the front line and late runs coming into the box from the midfield. We see that from Atuesta. We see that from Latif Blessing as well. It's a good sign, really getting those center midfielders pushing up higher up the pitch.
Nick De Leon, it looks like he'll be coming in here in the next couple of minutes for Toronto FC. No more activity on the LAFC bench. And now here we are, 68th minute. Rodriguez electrifying. That's why he gets the nickname Raito. Lee Win is starting to make his way to the LAFC bench. Rossi. Harvey back at the 18, back at the midfield. Zimmerman. Oh, Westberg had to punch over. Turned out to be a little more threatening than it initially appeared.
Zimmerman does well to time his run, make sure he stays on side, and that one was a little bit closer than I think all of us and even Quentin Westberg expected.
LAFC have now moved ahead in the possession numbers. Vela, it starts to dip. Westberg gets off his line. That was a good delivery from Vela. Atuesta, Vela's open, onside. Maneuvers around for Kaye, he was open. Popped it over.
Both Marc-Anthony Kaye and number 25, Walker Zimmerman, hovering on the back post here. Good numbers, good commitment to getting in the box. A lot of black jerseys, but just the final execution continues to lack for LAFC.
Walker Zimmerman steps out. Lee Win comes in.
Entering number 24, Lee Win.
So Lawrence Iman, he did get a nice reaction. It should be mentioned, you know, LAFC did a real solid for this man as he went to French football on a 3-year contract at Dijon. Security, LAFC gave it the blessing. It didn't work out, and he's back here in Major League Soccer. But I think looking back, you got to give LAFC a lot of credit for allowing him to make that move. Bad ball from Auro. Lee Win. And in the wrong direction is going to be a whistle against the Brazilian left back. Vela turns on the pace, cuts it back. Good first touch. Rodriguez goes all the way through. What do we have? Corner kick. Let's see if they can turn it all the way up to 11 on corner kick number 11. All the way up. All the way up. Short. Win. Atuesta. Rossi drives it across. Gonzalez. Vela. Dispossessed.
Certainly a frustrating night for LAFC and LAFC fans alike.
Latif. He's in. Oh, he's brought down. Big scream. Ted Uncle. Corner kick. There was contact. There was contact. And the clamoring continues. Oh, to be a referee. This is great, huh?
100%, I think that's
a penalty?
A penalty. On second replay. Right here, Mavinga misses the ball entirely.
That's a penalty. That is a penalty. Lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels.
Not only does Mavinga not make contact with the ball, but really it is a reckless swing at the ball as well.
All right, now the question is, will they get assistance from VAR?
Yes.
That's what we're dealing with here. Ted Uncle, everybody backward. Ted Uncle, who's been involved with some massive VAR decisions. Now we wait to see if he's going to come over to the monitor. Yes, he is. There you see it, Mavinga just overwhelming Latif.
Mavinga just gets that all wrong. All he needs to do is really shield and put his body in between Blessing and the ball. Instead, he opts to take a big swing with his left foot.
He's seen enough. Penalty! Whoa! And the energy in this place just changed. And this is a big penalty for so many reasons. It can get LAFC a precious tie. It can get Carlos Vela goal number 29. He has missed a couple penalties this season. And he is looking to do this one in much haste. Hasn't been the regular Carlos Vela. We'll see if that has any effect on the penalty taking here. 8. They've converted 7 penalties this season. Westberg has been great in goal. Carlitos, yes! 95th minute. Just when you think you know all the answers, Carlitos changes the questions. Goal number 29. He creeps one closer to the single-season record of Joseph Martinez with 31. Hats off to our production team for flashing that graphic. and maybe a couple minutes to work with on a winner.
Perhaps this is the momentum that LAFC is looking for. We know the fans think so. Carlos Vela, number 29, one of the easier goals perhaps he scored, and we've got to give credit to Latif Blessing for making that run in behind and earning that penalty kick.
And hats off to the officials, they got it right. They went through the right protocol.
But that seems to be it.
Oh, we only got to 97.
Yep.
Wishful thinking. Well, it could have been worse. It wasn't a good performance, Danielle, from LAFC. If you look at the 31 games, this is near, if not at the bottom.
You're absolutely right. I mean, they really will be pleased in a sense that they were able to sneak that equalizer and earn the point in the waning moments of the game, but overall a disappointing performance. Bob Bradley, he says he wants to play good football. That's what it's about. This wasn't great football here tonight.
Just had mentioned that tonight's theme was to make sure that you guys weren't going to concede a goal. You guys did. When did you see that shift in momentum to favor Toronto in the first half?
The first half, they were able to keep some pressure on us, keep possession of the ball, which we aren't really used to, and they came out and played. Credit to them in that first half. The second half, we tried to push the tempo. We knew they were going to get tired because they put a lot in that first half, and so we had a lot of pressure on them, and I think we deserved the penalty, and the result was probably fair.
Now, a very intense match tonight, and we saw Toronto FC clog the middle, making it difficult for the strikers to score. From your perspective, how would you evaluate everyone's performance tonight on LAFC?
It was a hard-fought match. They had a good strategy coming in. Clog the middle when we have the ball, and then overload the wings when they had it. So they were able to do that in the first half, but we were able to adapt in that second half, and they really didn't even get in our box that second half. I thought we did really well. Like I said, I think we deserved the result here.
And talk about the mentality to stay strong and make sure you guys walked away with the draw tonight.
Yeah, we've had some tough results down the last few games, and so coming back to Bank of California Stadium with our support, the fans were amazing. Yeah, thankfully we got that goal because they deserve something out of this game as well.
We saw the 3 designated players play. What did you see from them tonight?
No, you know, they were good. They're dynamic. We want them to, you know, keep gaining confidence going forward into the end of the season. So it's nice to get all 3 of them on the pitch, and hopefully, you know, we can continue playing well with them on the field and they can get some goals.
And talk about Carlos, who found his 29th goal, tonight. What else did you see from him?
No, he was good. He was lively. He wanted the ball. You know, I think he's still trying to find his footing again after the injury, but, you know, it's going to take a little bit of time. But again, like, the goal is good for his confidence, and to get him a full 90 is also really good.
3 games left before playoffs. From your perspective, what adjustments or improvements do you think need to be made?
Oh, we just need to continue pushing in the right direction and, you know, understand that teams are going to come out and try and make it difficult every game. I think that, you know, the way we played this whole year, we have a target on our back, and we need to understand that and just, you know, raise our intensity and raise our level.
Did Toronto play the way you expected them to play tonight?
Yeah, Toronto is one of the best teams possession-wise in the league. So, yeah, they did a very good job, and yeah, it was a tough game.
Look, things that we talked about ahead of time, where when they got a grip on the game in the first half, we were a step behind, and yeah, at halftime there was a lot to talk about. I thought our response in the second half was good. So now in the second half we push the game. You know, we control the game. We push up the field, but now we've got to find a way to break them down. They certainly, at that point, like a lot of teams against us, are tight with all sorts of numbers. Even at that point, Josie's back 35 yards from the goal. You know, a few moments where I think our ideas were good. As always, a few moments where just missed the right pass or the timing of the play. And then the penalty at the end makes it a 1-1 game where probably neither team's completely happy. But there's a lot for us to take away from that game.
Oh, also on that note, that's going to do it for the post-game show. Yeah, Danielle did a great job, by the way. Awesome job.
Yes, thank you so much, Danielle.
You should be back with us here on Wednesday. We take on the Houston Dynamo, and that could be a crucial opportunity to finally capture the Supporters' Shield. It finishes 1-1 here tonight with Toronto FC. A full slate of programming on YouTube TV coming your way Wednesday, and we'll be right back here with the Dynamo and LAFC on your TV.